Hey guys, cool by the way back. I'm Rick.
I'm Maggie.
And we're back with Fruits Basket. All the terribleness and sadness is over, right? We win.
Tohru's in the hospital with a head injury. You heartless bitch. And Colonel got stabbed in the back, and who knows where his body is.
He is gonna be okay.
Yeah, we know, but where is he?
And Tohru's gonna be okay too, probably.
If they're in a public hospital, I trust it. But those servants at the house, creepier and creepier and scarier and scarier. I told you that, old woman. Ugh.
Pretty sure Kurno's in the hospital.
If Akito killed someone, just slit their throat in the middle of supper, I have no doubt that, that old servant lady would just quietly bury whoever it was underneath the rock garden.
Probably.
So...
But no longer a concern. Because Akito has seen the error of her ways.
It was nice seeing her out of the house and out of, the control of those creepy servants.
Everything went according to Shigure's plan. You should be happy. All part of the plan. See how the plan moves forward.
I can't wait to see how his plan gets changed if his cord suddenly breaks. It's that's gotta make him. That's gonna throw him for a loop. Even if he's expecting it or he thinks he's planned for that eventuality or something. He's gotta be thinking.
Still quite a few that are tethered.
Yep.
And we still have Kyo's bet to resolve. Let's see how it goes.
It's lovely.
Like I said, all happiness from here on out. Smooth sailing. Oh, so happy when Machi called Yuki.
Yeah.
It's like, he needs Machi. And there she was.
Yeah, I'm just... Yuki can still be pretty dumb. Just sitting there in the dark being like, and not even thinking of who would make me feel happier right now? Who do I need? And such.
He needed to vent some of his frustration into Kyo's face.
Yeah.
Slap Kyo right.
I always wondered if their last fight would be totally one-sided.
Think that was the last one?
I think so.
I think there's at least one other.
I mean, they'll play it for jokes and such.
They've got to fight inside of the burning cabin.
They're gonna burn down that house from all of Shigure's stashed.
No, I'm talking about
green.
The cat's prison.
Oh.
Because Akito was going to burn it down.
Akito's gonna burn it down. Good.
The end of an era.
I mean, it should be.
That
era should never have existed.
No one's threads broke today, though. So.
Well, we don't know what happens when Kyo catches up with Tohru.
Although, Hiro did tell Kisa about his breaking. It didn't seem to affect the way they felt about each other at all.
No.
Which is good, because, with Momiji and them, they said they didn't feel the same about the others now that they did before. That they felt like an outsider. But it didn't seem to affect Hiro and Kisa, which makes me very happy.
Yeah, and I mean, it's kind of like with relationships, just because it has kind of a leg up when beginning, it doesn't mean that the growth beyond that point is nothing. Is for naught. It's kind of like if they had just basically let it be the bare minimum of we were part of the Zodiac and such. Yes, that still would have existed, and then that part would have ended. But they have gone on to actually have relationships and friendships and such beyond. I don't think that stuff would be affected by the thread breaking, so it made sense.
So Ren and Haru shouldn't be affected either, then.
I don't think so. I don't think it was the Zodiac pulling them together in the first place. That may have, like, just put them in proximity, but everything beyond that, just them.
I agree.
Otherwise, they'd all be banging.
Do you think we'll see Dark Haru again? We haven't seen him in, I feel like, forever.
No, but I love this. I love Haru teasing Yuki. It's the greatest.
Her boobs got bigger.
Are you bragging? Trying to make me uncomfortable?
It's actually harassing me.
All of the above?
Well, that fight hit hard emotionally.
Yeah.
But I'm glad.
They finally had to talk.
Do you think she is leading him somewhere? Or is she just running?
Just like, eep! Oop! Like, what was the last thing he told her? Like, stay away from me or something like that? Maybe she's like, gotta take that, like...
You think that's it?
I don't know.
That would be funny.
Like, sometimes when people ask for dumb stuff, in order to illustrate just how dumb it is, you do it. You follow along with it until they're like, this is the bed I made. And now I lie in it, I find it's terrible.
Maybe she's running to the cat's prison to burn it down.
Maybe.
Do it together. Roast marshmallows.
Yeah. Or, gosh, as long as she doesn't try to cross any roads or anything like that, do you think that's gonna happen? She tries to cross in front of a bus or something because she's just running, and he rips off the bracelet and he dives across there. It's like a freaking dragon cat thing.
I think Hana would have sensed it if that was going to happen.
What? That she was gonna... I don't mean that Tohru was like going to meaningfully, but she's a klutz.
No, but that's what I mean. Like, Hana has a spider sense whenever she's like in danger.
Yeah, but Hana-chan is also not chasing after them.
Because there's no danger.
But, like, it would be a sudden danger. Like, work with me with this. Like, Hana-chan's not just like a... It's not the author's Chekhov's gun or whatever. She can't fix everything.
Except she has.
Do you think her and her brother start, like, exorcising ghosts?
Along with Mob?
Yeah. The next Fatal Frame game is the crossover with Fruits Basket.
That would be fun.
That would be amazing.
So happy for Uo-chan and Kurno.
Yeah.
I wonder where they will go. I mean, it made sense to me of saying, like, if I stay, she'll never forgive herself. Like, there needs to be a distance where they can both grow apart before they can come back together.
Yeah, that made sense. And sometimes it's just hard doing that with familiarity around you. And it's not like Akito's good at this process anyway. Like, she's got to have every single possible little, like, clue or hint or just helper along the way in order to make it. So he's making the process easy for her. And Tani, get some privacy.
So they have to grow apart to grow together, but Kyo and he's coming back to his dad in order to, like, try and fix that relationship.
Is he?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think he's trying to, like, heal his dad. And we had the big revelation of, like, I mean, Kyo had the big revelation. It's pretty obvious, I think.
That the mother was...
That the father was really the one to blame all along.
Horrifically abusive.
And he just kind of like Kyo and Yuki just shifted the blame and the pain to someone else and made that the focus. And like Yuki, he made it Kyo, his son, when it wasn't his son's fault at all.
No. It wasn't anything bad.
His dad's voice actor is Ryunosuke from Initial D, isn't it? Glasses guy from Orange Host Club.
we'd have to go back and listen to it, but I mean, that guy does a lot of voices.
I think it was. And when Yuki has never sounded like he did here, or very rarely when he like yells like that.
Yeah.
He sounded like a completely different voice actor too.
It did too.
He sounded like someone I knew from a lot of things, but he always sounds like that.
He's always so soft and da da da. And all of a sudden he was using his real voice. It's like, holy shit!
All of a sudden he changed into shonen protagonist.
Yeah, it was great.
It was great.
Although the fact that like you couldn't have heard that through the floor, not believable. Took me right out of the show.
They were too busy ordering pizza.
Tohru was.
Which got there so fast.
Well, I
they're
thought
way out in the woods.
Yuki, yeah, but Yuki was probably sitting in that dark corner, like hating all of his choices and stuff up until that point. Like he can do that for a long time. Let's be honest. He's got practice. He knows how to do it. It's comfortable. It's familiar. He would have just sat in there and been just like, for a long time.
Maybe.
But thank goodness for Machi. Mm-hmm. We got Uo and Kureno. We've got Machi and Yuki. We've got
Kyo and Tohru.
We've got Hiro and Kisa, reassuringly, reassuring, like, hey, it's like people good together and stuff. And with
maybe Shigure and Akito.
Well, we haven't had that like
and
connection yet.
Oh, I can't remember the name of the teacher, the woman.
No. I mean, like ending game, like end of show, sort of end game, like.
That's an end game.
Yes, but like post change relationships, like relationships that will actually be able to flourish and such.
Why won't that one?
What? Which one?
The seahorse and the teacher.
Because I mean, even before, it's like we always thought there was an element of danger for any female getting close to a male member of the Zodiac.
But why can't it flourish now?
It can, that's what I'm saying. But we haven't had those actual, like, we haven't seen, the show hasn't given us the, hey, like, where are they now? Like the pre-things where it's like, yes, they're happy together, you know?
Sure, but I think we'll be getting that for that one.
You think we will be?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying!
That's what I'm saying!
No, you're saying that, I'm saying that we haven't seen it yet, and you're just saying we're going to get it. I'm like, exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Is there anyone who isn't hooked up with someone else?
From
the Zodiac? Momiji?
No, the monkey. Her name, or I mean his name. He just cross-dresses, I think. I don't have his... Ritsu.
Ritsu.
I can't remember if...
Kagura.
Yeah? Kagura's not hooked up with anybody.
Is that the only two?
Momiji. Ayame's got, Sweet Helper.
Yeah.
Girl. She's great. Momiji's kind of the relationship he wants to...
Is his family.
Sister, mother.
So do you think that they are fulfilling their destiny, or do you think they're usurping their destiny? Like the curse.
Both those questions are forcing me to assume that there is a destiny and they have a destiny.
Well, I mean, there's clearly like the supernatural connection between the god and the animals in the feast. Like that happened. And that's why they're turning into animals. So like, what was the god's end goal with that? Like, was it to truly have that banquet forever, and this is going against what the god's intentions were, or was this the god's intentions all along?
This could be just finishing the story. Like, who says the story that we heard before was the full story?
What is the full story, though?
They're creating it. This is the full story.
So the full story is they had a banquet, and then they kept having the banquet, and then this Tohru came in and now they don't have it anymore?
Well, it sounds like from this, it sounds like this was the first point that all members of the Zodiac and God were all reincarnated at the same time. So they're apparently just waiting for them to all be there at the same time. And then, you go your separate ways.
I feel like maybe the poetic end of the story is they all have the banquet again, but now, none of them are forced to. Or the animals invite God to the banquet.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. Or maybe the cat's involved slightly now. Instead of being effing cursed for centuries. What the heck? That's the short end of the stick.
That's why you gotta set your alarm. And not listen to rats. Thank you guys so much for watching our reaction to Fruits Basket. We are getting close to the end, and you can get to the end right now watching our reactions over at patreon.com/blindwave, where you can see the next 4 right now. And if you really just want to wait, subscribe, as they come out week to week. See ya.